What's up, YouTube? ProTech here, back with another ladder session for you. ZVR, PVZ, by far my worst matchup.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
But I pile on down here to Waldy low ground.
You have not enough.
The problem in this matchup, from the random perspective, is that you run into a lot of cheese. I find myself more often than not getting 12 pulled by Zerg players in 1v1 if I random into Protoss. And I'm just not willing to scout to reveal my race, so I'm willing to take that risk. There was a build that I used to do, it was a 6-gate blink all-in that used to work, but since I started playing 1v1 again, it has become very apparent to me that it no longer works in any capacity, so I have to try and figure out some other way of playing this matchup. And I have an idea in my brain, but I've never really, like, you know, actually tried it. Essentially what I plan on doing here is the meta for PVZ is go for oracles early on, and then use the oracles to be able to take a quick third base. But I'd like to do, like, I would like to try some kind of a Void Ray variant of that. Not entirely sure how I'll make it work, but I guess we'll play things by ear as we go along.
We serve with pride. Let your yes.
So I'm gonna take the third base right around the same time the Void Ray comes out.
We march.
Channel the light divide. You have not enough minerals. Our pylon is under attack. You have not.
And then I want to move into something like Blink Stalkers. Try for like a, you know, some kind of a Void Ray Blink Stalker play, I don't know. Oh, I never got Warp Gate, lol. Yeah, that's not good. But at least the Void Rays kept me safe against that Speedling all-in. Note to self, try not to forget Warp Gate in the future, Kappa.
Research complete. Research complete. This vessel. Prismatic. Systems at. Mineral feed.
Okay, I guess we'll push with the first warp in. Seems kind of goofy.
We are at full power. You have not enough minerals.
Caught him droning, maybe. Well, this was an incredibly goofy build, but seems to hold some merit to some degree. The concept is the same behind going for the oracles, and the oracles are probably better, but, you know, playing my own style is what I prefer. So I'm not entirely sure if that, you know, will be good going forward, but feels okay. I like it. Anyway, guys, if you're enjoying the content, like, subscribe, and donate to PayPal. All that information is down below, and I'll see you on the next game. Welcome to the next game. Random versus random. This is not something that you see too often. So, you know, literally from start to finish, it's just one big gamble. That being said, I'm gonna go in cheese. I'm gonna go in cheese. Cheese is good. Cheese is nice. In the can or by the slice. Cheese for me and cheese for you. Rats like cheese and so do you.
We require more minerals. We require more.
Not really much to say. It's random versus random, so. You either cheese or you open with standard. I've gone for the cheese gamble. Our ping is frickin' amazing. 10 ping. Feels fantastic, man.
We require more minerals.
Ooh, Protoss lucky. The only problem with this is that
We require
in
more
RVR,
minerals.
I think a lot of times Protoss won't even wall the low ground.
We require more minerals.
So if it's a high ground wall, that's a little dookie.
We require more minerals.
So not the best situation to be in, but
More overlords. Spawn more overlords.
see how it goes from here.
We require more minerals.
Just try to transition out of it the best I can. 3 adepts. Warp gate is turning.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
See if he threw up a nexus. Yeah, he did. Likely a Stargate, I would guess.
We require more minerals.
Put up a safety spore.
We require more minerals. Not enough energy. We require more minerals. Not enough. Not enough energy. Our forces are under attack. Spawn more.
I gotta build a lot of speedlings here to defend this push. Yeah, there's Flaves, no good.
Spawn more.
Yeah, we're in a really, really bad situation. If he defends, if Protoss defends the 12 pool early on, pretty much always lose.
Spawn more overlords. Spawn more overlords. Our forces are under attack. We require more minerals. We require more
Yeah, there's nothing you can do in this. If I open with a 12 pool and he successfully holds it, there's nothing you can do in this matchup because the Glaive Adepts, you don't have any way of dealing with that. And when you're in that situation, you kind of have to go for the Hydra Den if there's a Stargate, because your queen count is really low. Under normal circumstances, you would want to go for roaches against like Glaive Adepts like that if it's like a standard game, right? But because it was RVR, not really much you can do. It's just a build order loss, really. Anyway, if you guys are liking the content, like, subscribe, and donate to PayPal. All that information is down below. And I'll see you on the next game. Welcome to the next game. Got a 4.5k Terran, TBR. On a map that I rather enjoy.
We require more minerals.
On this map, the way that I usually play ZVT is
Spawn more overlords.
2 base Muta, and then just kind of go from there. I like to open with, I'll go up to 30 supply of Lings.
We require more minerals.
Just for map control and, you know, all the various gimmicky things that Terran can do at the start of the game. I like to have that type of defense instead of just relying on queens or whatever.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
My own style of play. And whenever I'm playing Zerg, 100% of the time, if I'm playing Terran or Protoss, I always put an Overlord over my hatchery here, because I've just learned that as a random player, you run into a lot of gimmicky play. On this map, you should transfer 3 workers to the gold patches there, obviously.
We require more Vespine gas. We require more.
And if you want to maximize the efficiency, stack them both. So I guess technically you should do 4 to get perfect gold income. So after I hit 30 supply, I just transition. Get up, Mr. Lair, and start going for some mutts. I can start chasing that because I got speed out.
Metamorphosis complete.
Hellions in a 3rd command center.
More overlords.
Getting supply capped is definitely not part of the plan here, but it happened. If he crosses the map, I'll do like a full wall of evolution chambers. Pretty sure, yeah, there's no sliver to where he can get out. So he actually scanned the spire, so I'm gonna cancel it and go Hydra.
We require more.
And I should make another round of lings here because scanning the spire tech may incite him to push. He's taking his third.
We require more minerals.
I think I have enough lings to kill his army here. Oh, well, there's 2 medevacs there, so probably not.
We require more minerals. Our forces. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Try to sneak these into his main if his depot is down.
We require
Nice.
more minerals. We require metal. We require more.
Try to hit a 1-1 timing with Hydra.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require not enough energy. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
See how well this timing works.
We require more minerals.
He did have a siege tank out, so that's not good. Siege tanks are
Mutation.
pretty strong against Hydras.
We require
Strong against
more.
everything, really.
We require more minerals.
Oh, that's unlucky. Well, that happened. So that was just, to be honest, it was just beautiful play. And it was just brilliant decision making. And a little bit of luck. He's got a whole army over here, apparently. I don't know what that's all about. So I would say a little bit of luck as well. So one of the things that you can do when they scan your tech like that is cancel it and then go something else. And what this ultimately ends up doing is it forces them, you know, assuming that they're not cheating. If they're cheating, that's a different story. But if they're not cheating, like, let's just look at how he reacts when he drops the scan on my spire. So he scans my base here, right? And he sees the spire. So let's just see how he reacts. He goes for the double engineering bay. And you can see, like, on his factory, he's not queuing up any siege tanks, right? Still no siege tanks. You know, he's preparing for mutts. So he gets his 1-1. He builds a missile turret. Second missile turret. Lots of missile turrets, right? For quite actually no reason, because I'm not going mutas. And the nice part about the like when you cancel the Spire and you go for the Hydras, Hydras are really good at defending drop play as well. So this is why I almost always choose to go Hydra in this situation, because, you know, you're playing low eco, you're 2 hatch, you're not like 3 hatch. He gets the scan on the Hydra there, and then he probably starts queuing up siege tanks. Yeah, he's already got tanks out. 1 tank, though. And then, see, he goes into the second factory. Now, if it was like some kind of a standard open, second factory might have been up a lot faster, right? So the whole game, he's going to have a low siege tank count. And I guess what his plan here was, like, I caught those 2 medevacs. I thought they were loaded, but he was actually sending those medevacs over here to do a drop, or I guess maybe make a push or whatever, but I was just crossing the map, you know, hitting a 1-1 timing. So it was smart play mixed in with a little bit of luck. So anyway, guys, if you're enjoying the content, like, subscribe, donate, and I'll see you on the next game. Welcome to the next game, boys. My software crashed while I was recording this video. So I'm going to have to just do the replay, the POV here. Anyway, so this is a 4.3k, or no, I think it was a 4.5k player. I have randomed into Zerg. I know my opponent is Zerg. And one of the things that I have learned on this map in ZVZ is that because of the walling mechanic here, going for like a 2-base roach play and then like transitioning into like Hydras is a lot stronger than Ling Muta Bane. Because of the walling mechanic, you can get away with really greedy opens, and if you're able to get away with a greedy open, Roaches and Hydras will pretty much always be stronger than playing something like, you know, Ling Muta Bane. So anyway, my plan here is just to make a wall and go for a +1 Roach timing with speed. You know, just get up a 2-base saturation with 3 gases. And then just place Overlords in the center of the map and, you know, keep a good eye on whether or not he's crossing the map. Which you will see very soon here, that even though I can see it on the map now, I didn't notice it. Otherwise, I would have put my queen in the gap there, so that these lings couldn't get in and scout everything. So I failed, basically. And then the other thing I failed on is right here. Right here, when I went to go inject, I lost track of the lings and I wasn't paying attention to the minimap. And those lings went down to the corner of my base here and made Banes. So when I went to inject my hatch here, I didn't notice the lings right here. And I thought they left the base. So this is something that should never happen. So he gets these 2 Banes into my mineral line. It was, I wouldn't say, it wasn't game-ending damage, but it was definitely significant damage, and it delayed my push by quite a lot. But anyway, one of the problems with this map is that Defender's Advantage is so strong, so like even if you go for a play like this, you you know, there are two things you have to worry about. You got to worry about that Zergling counter, and you got to worry about spine crawlers being up on the ramp. So, you know, these two overlords right here saw that there were Zerglings over on this side of the map, which they're not there now, but they're over here now, and I didn't see them go over there. So at this point, I put a roach in the wall, and then I just use my macro to defend whatever counter he can do by utilizing the wall, right? And that's another reason why this build is so strong in ZVZ. So anyway, once I get +1 roaches with speed, I move across the map and make a push. And then depending on what I see when I... like by the time I cross, okay, so I see he cancels the third, and then the next thing I want to do here is poke up the ramp, and I can see on the minimap that he's about to take his third base, or he's sending a drone up here. So you need to pay attention to this kind of stuff with your peripherals, because if I walk up the ramp and I can't end the game, I have to think about what my next plan is. So once I see the drone, I say, okay, I'm gonna poke up the ramp, and then if I can't do anything here, I'm gonna go kill that base that he wants to take with that drone. Right? That's the plan. So when you poke up the ramp and you see 4 crawlers like this, it almost always means that the Zerg player does not want to use gas, but he wants to use mineral heavy static D to defend a push, and 99.9% of the time that means Spire. And this is part of the reason why this build is good, because you go for the quick +2, and then you go for the Hydra Den, and that will always be better than what he's doing here. Even goes for a 5th spine crawler. So at this point, it's like, okay, obviously I can't win the game, so now I need to go where that drone went and take out the third that he wants to ninja. And then you'll see I'm transitioning into a Spire, even though I don't know that he's going for a Mutalisk composition. What I can see is I can see a lair and I can see a Baneling nest, right? And I can see 5 crawlers. So when you see 5 crawlers, a lair, and a Baneling nest, that 99.9% of the time means Mutalisk play. And that's what a lot of people will do on this map because Defender's advantage is so strong. So if you go for this composition, the +2 Hydras, you will almost always just straight up win the game against a Mutacomp. So anyway, I know that the third is over here somewhere, right? Because I saw that drone go up there with this Overlord. And from this point forward, I feel pretty confident that I've won the game, because based on what I'm seeing, it should be Mutas, and if it is Mutas, it's not entirely over, but my build is technically stronger than his build. So there are the Mutas, like I anticipated. And then from here, all you have to do is just wait for a reasonable size army. Well, you can take a third base if you want to, but I saw that he took his third base. And so what I opted for was to keep him off of a third base rather than playing on par. Because I already have +2, I just figured my army was stronger. And I would be able to take out his third base, no problem. What I wasn't expecting was for him to have this many Banes. And the other thing I screwed up on is I miscalculated the timing of my Hydra speed. And at this point, I still don't have Hydra speed, and you can just kind of see how even 1 second can mean the difference between you taking a good trade and taking a bad trade. So I took a really bad trade here. It could have been way better, right? And even though I lost my army, I still retained my roaches and his Mutalisk count. It doesn't really matter because I have +2 so quickly And this was another reason why I didn't take my third base when I went to attack this, because I thought to myself, if anything were to happen, like if I screw up in some way, shape, or form, I don't want to have a third base in that scenario. I want to have more resources to build an army, right? So if I had just waited for my Hydra speed to kick in before I made that push up the ramp, this would look a lot different, but that didn't happen. So I anticipated for mistakes, right? Which just allowed me to continue staying in the game. Because with +2 weapons, those Mutalisks can't really do anything. If the Hydras didn't have +2 weapons, I probably would have already lost. But see, like from here, he has his third base up, I don't have my third base up, and so now I have to commit to a push. I have to have good control, and I have to make this push work. It's pretty much the only option. So fortunately, none of those Banes connected onto my Hydras. So here I get his third base, and now I have my third base going up, which is a good situation to be in. I don't know where his mutas are. There are his mutas, good micro. But like, even though his Mutalisk count is really high, right? He just can't engage into this because +2 weapons is so incredibly strong against a Mutalisk play. And then, you know, for the Banes, you just sprinkle in a couple of Hydras to tank the shot up and just, you know, kind of hope they don't have good micro. And then, like, this attack right here, one of the things I've learned on this map is that if you hold position a unit up on the ramp like this, it'll grant vision of the ramp in its entirety, so I don't even have to commit to the spines. I can just kill the Bane Nest in the pool, as long as I have vision up on the ramp here. That was like, that micromanagement right there, way over microed. Like, he doesn't even have Lings or Banes, he just have Mutas. I don't know why I pulled back there, it was just bad. Just newbie stuff. So here I take out the pool, and like, when I was making this push, he had Banes and Lings flank, or, well, I think they were just Banes flanking from this side. And so I thought there was a base, like, on the right side of the map. But even still, I don't feel comfortable committing into 4 spine crawlers, all these Lings, and these Hydras. So I'm just kind of sharking around, you know, poking up and down. Got lucky catching those there, but again, like I had said before, I thought there was a third base on the right side of the map, and so I wanted to send my armor. It's clear I can't do anything up the ramp. And then, of course, his mutas just happen to be there. So I got, you know, like all these, like every time his mutas are out of position like that, and I get like 1 or 2 mutas, this is really advantageous for me. Gets a little lane counter going. And then from here, I'm sort of like thinking to myself, well, how do I win this game? Like, what do I have to do? So I think, okay, all I really need here against Lings, Mutas, and Banes like this is fungal growth. Imagine having fungal growth here with your Hydras. I mean, that would be sick, right? But again, +2 weapons. Look at this engagement. Without +2 weapons, I don't think I get even close to winning this. The name of the game at this point is just keeping him off a third base, which, if I recall correctly, he actually has a drone. He snuck a drone here. And I definitely didn't see it because he cleared all the vision on this side. So there would have been no way for me to know that he snuck that out. So you'll see in my composition, I have a couple of roaches in here, and that's because he has started after, because I killed the spawning pool, right? At that point, when I killed the pool, I just kept cranking out the Hydras, but then when I started seeing more Lings, you sprinkle in a couple of these roaches to tank for your Hydras, right? So with the way that I've played this game out, I've basically granted myself a third base over his... He doesn't have a third base, right? And then from this point forward, because he doesn't have a third base, he has to keep making tier 1 and tier 2. He can't go up to tier 3. So that's why I go for the infestation pit, because I know he doesn't have the money to make any sort of transition. Not to mention, fungal growth is just incredibly good against everything that he has, right? And then from here, it's... all I need is infestors and the game is over. There's literally nothing he can do now that I have infestors. He just loses the game. If you guys are liking the content, like, subscribe, hit me up with a PayPal donation. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoy the content, do consider a donation, subscribing, leaving a comment, etc. The Twitch ban is going to be lifted here in a couple of days, so I'm not sure if I'm going to carry on with this content or not, but I definitely will be until then. So thank you for watching. See you guys on the next video. Peace out.